Hello and welcome back to Crimson Corner, brought to you by Swoop Podcasts. Today, I, Marcus Ross, and my two co-hosts, Gabrielle Bonner and Olivia Carbone, interviewed with Anthony Newman, who is the training specialist at HDC Mid-Atlantic. Enjoy!
So, Anthony, if you could just give us a quick background on who you are and what you do and how long you've been doing that for.
My name is Anthony Newman. I'm originally from Philadelphia. Attended IUP from 2006 to 2012. I am now currently the Talent Acquisition and Development Associate for HDC Mid-Atlantic, where I am in charge of a variety of things, from implementing and creating all training material for every position throughout the organization, as well as building our talent pool for the organization and screening individuals for hiring for our organization.
Obviously, being on this podcast, you're an IUP alumni. So could you just talk about how your IUP experience has kind of helped you prepare for where you are now in your career?
Being able to communicate with others and learn different perspectives on how people learn was the biggest thing I learned at IUP. And it guided me to my career today after focusing on a instructional design class at IUP that really taught me how people may think. Gaining that sense of community and partnership through IUP has taught me how to relate that to my job.
Do you remember the best piece of advice that you've gotten at IUP?
The best piece of advice that I've got was to network. To network and network and network. And when you feel like you're talking too much, network some more.
Has networking really helped you advance in the workforce and kind of get you where you are?
Yes. Usually when you're working with different people and building partnerships, the biggest thing that people go with is if they can recognize you in a crowd. So if you're able to obtain that, then it makes it easier for you to show the things that you can do. So then they start to match the things you can do to who you are. So usually networking and talking to different individuals, expressing yourself is usually the best way to get your foot in the door. Then once you get your foot in the door, then it's time for you to kind of show off, like show what you can do.
So getting into your company, HDC Mid-Atlantic, what exactly does the company do?
We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on building and managing affordable housing for individuals, making sure that there's a form of sustainability where people live and promoting choice. Giving people an affordable place to call home.
So what are kinds of things does HDC do to make housing more affordable and sustainable?
There are a few things. One is we have a program called the Mike Harper Hope and Opportunity Fund, where it's set up to help individuals who are in need with paying a bill or at risk of being evicted, to where they can apply to this fund through us, and it's used to with whichever bill you need help with to kind of help you get back on your feet. Also, in our development department does a lot of that, to where they're looking for different grants and funding types that they can implement into building properties and initiating it to be cost-friendly for any of the tenants that live there.
That's awesome. So what standards does HDC hold itself to?
One, we like to promote excellence, to understanding that no one will never be perfect, but through time we will try to learn more about who we're serving and come to a place where we are agreed upon to where it works best for them. It's all about the tenant.
So, sticking with HDC Mid-Atlantic, what is your role within that company? Could you go into a bit more detail?
My role is all the fun stuff, you know. So it's a lot of analyzing, developing, designing, implementing, and kind of experiencing. So pretty much my role is to work with every department in the organization to try to figure out what the needs are in both training and hiring, as well as professional development for all new hires and existing employees. And then due time, how do we develop that person into to build on their professional career, if it's to stay with HTC or if it's beyond HTC.
You said that your job is all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the job, or what do you love about your job the most?
There are two things I love about my job. I love socializing. I'm a big social butterfly. Like, I love it. I love talking to new people, meeting new people, hearing their story, their backgrounds. And I also love teaching people. I love learning new things. And usually when I'm teaching you as a training specialist, I kind of have to learn it before I teach you. So watching you get the excitement from learning something new usually does it for me as well. So those are my two things I love about my job.
How has COVID-19 affected your job and possibly how HDC operates right now?
At first, I addressed my job. Now, with my job, all the trainings I usually have done or the screening I've done for applicants have always been face-to-face. So it would allow me to be able to read body language, to laugh with you in person, to kind of just feed off each other's vibe. But now it's more, because it's more computer-based, I have to lean more towards like making it more convenient to the technology. So there are a lot of times where things freeze or they won't work, or there may be other people using their accounts. So therefore, now I have to either think of a different way or reschedule the meeting. And usually when you're dealing with people on a professional level, when you constantly have to reschedule, it tends to build not a good taste for individuals as far as like you being reliable or on time. So that's the biggest thing to me. Now, as far as my job is concerned, or HTC, the functionality of HTC, we're more of a family, we're all in this together type of organization. And with that, we're used to being around each other for long periods of time. And now it's like we can't do that. And usually when there's an issue or a question, we're able to walk to each other's office and say, hey, I have this, and get the answer right away. But now with people getting hundreds of emails, it kind of slows down the process of people getting back to you on a timely basis.
So kind of transitioning into an overall look at everything, taking into account your experience at IUP, with what you know now, what advice would you give to incoming or current college students?
Incoming college students or current, I would say, do not get frustrated if you don't know what you want to do right away. Take college as that experience to test out different things, to see what you like and what you like most. And I guarantee you, before the end of it, something will stick with you. Something you really enjoy will stick with you. And just follow it.
To all of the just graduated or graduating within this year seniors, what kind of advice would you give to them in looking for jobs in the workforce, especially now?
I would say before leaving IUP, that graduating seniors, as well as freshmen, new freshmen coming in, to network with the staff. They have a lot of experience behind them, and they know a lot of people, especially as you're working in the comm department and things like that. they know a lot of people outside of the university level that are in comm media. So I would say network with them, soak up as much as you can, because networking is a big thing when leaving college, and you want to put your name in people's mouths before you leave. So before you leave IUP, make sure that you network and network and network.
A special thanks to Anthony Newman for interviewing with us. We hope you enjoyed our interview, and thank you for listening to Crimson Corner by Swoop Podcasts.